Yo, what is up everybody? Party Waffles here, and today I'm going to make you guys a War Within Season 2 11.1 pre-patch PvP tier list. This is basically solo shuffle and 3v3, okay? We're going to take the classes. The higher the rating, the stronger the class is, the better, more likely you are to succeed on the class and have a bunch of comps. The lower, the worse it's going to perform. All right, off the rip, Warrior S tier. You can crit for 3 million plus mortal strikes, which is just your rotational ability. Just absolutely fucking insane class right now. We're not going to rate the tanks because, again, this is solo shuffle and arena, which tanks, you know. So Fury Warrior, they're super strong right now. Not quite as strong as Arms Warrior. Sub Rogue, they do insane damage right now. Duel got removed, but seems like they replaced it with crazy damage, is what it looks like to me. Assassin Rogue, A tier, they're still pretty strong. Not as broken as last season, but they're still very strong. Marksman Hunters, 3 million plus aim shots. I mean, do I really have to say more? Survival Hunter, they're also really strong. I don't think they're quite as strong as Marksman Hunter, but I have also got hit for 3 million damage from a Survival Hunter in 0.1 second. So they definitely have a lot of potential. Outlaw, crazy utility, mobility, and damage right now. Tank again, we're going to skip that. BM Hunter, they're a little bit weaker right now than they were last season, so I mean, no complaining about that one personally as a Death Knight, but let's go next. Demon Hunter, they actually got buffed a ton across the board, so they actually do really nice damage right now. They're pretty strong. Same kind of weakened to stuns like they always are, but overall they got a lot of buffs. I think they seem to be performing pretty well from what I've seen. Mind you, this is just like, I've been queuing since it came out, right? So I'm just going based off what I've seen. We're going to make another tier list about a week into the season when everything's live and we know if there's any more changes or anything. We'll make an updated, solidified tier list. But this is the preseason tier list right now for how things stand. So let's go with the Feral Druid A tier. They're still strong. Got some buffs too. Clone got nerfed though, which is nice. We like that. Resto Druid. I'm going to go with A tier for Resto Druid. If you guys have seen their new tree thing, you can't grip it. You can't CC it. You can't do anything. So if you're a Frosty K trying to get them in your go or something like that, it's not going to be a good time for you. Boomkin, big damage. They got some new talents. Clone got nerfed though, so we'll see how that actually correlates. But for now, I'm going to throw them in A tier. I haven't seen a lot of them, but based on what I've seen / heard. Frost Death Knight, we're going to go S tier with that. I don't know if you guys have fought any of them yet, but the new PvP talent for Frost Death Knight is absolutely godly, okay? You can kill an entire team, basically, without even hitting one of the people. The guy will just die from being in your thing. So, yeah. Death's Cold Embrace gets the smash. Unholy DK, I don't think Unholy DK is very good, okay? So you have good... I'll highlight what you have. You have good cleaving damage, the same as you had last season. Your single target damage is a little bit weak. Classes with a Mortal Strike or a healing reduction effect actually have more single target damage than you, which should not be the case. And you don't have any big hits, okay? This class, 3 mil, right? 3 mil. Our biggest hit that I've seen is like an 800,000 Death Coil. If you're playing Clawing Shadows, you can get some like million plus Clawing Shadows. But still, it's kind of feels very mid compared to what other classes are capable of. Devastation Evoker. They got some good buffs, good damage, good mobility. They have castable CC, and the Eternity Surges got buffed a lot, so you have massive burst, like 3 million Eternity Surges. So, Augvoker, honestly, I haven't seen one. I've been queuing, trying to look for one. I haven't seen one. I'm just gonna this is kind of a mystery right now. They could do some crazy stuff, but I'm uncertain, to be honest with you. So, been asking around, but it's hard to figure this out. So this one up in the air. Presvoker, we're gonna go with B tier for the Presvoker. And then, I mean, again, I haven't seen too many of them, but just based on what I have seen, it seems like they've slightly fallen behind a little bit compared to other healers. H-Pally seems to be in the same boat. They also seem to have fallen off just a little bit compared to the other healers. Ret Paladin. Good burst, good utility. They still have magic bop to completely immune magic damage. They have everything else they had, plus they have good one-shots and burst. So Ret seems pretty strong across the board. Disc Priest. In terms of healers, I'm going to put Disc up in S tier. They're like the main healer that I'm seeing over and over that's performing well. Same with Mistweaver. I saw a Mistweaver use Crackle on an Arcane Mage. Like, this was like my first lobby of playing the new patch, okay? He crackled an Arcane Mage, and I just watched the Arcane Mage's health go from 100 to 0, and then he had to block. And I was like, what's going on? Neither of the DPS even hit him. Basically, the Mistweaver just soloed him. So, kind of insane. Holy Priest. I don't think Holy Priest is very good. Let me give you an example of why. So, I was playing Frosty Gate, and I fought an Enhanced Shaman in the opener. The Enhanced Shaman pressed his wall defensive, and the Holy Priest was in angel form, using all of his cooldowns and spam healing. And I killed through all of the Holy Priest healing and the Shaman's defensive. So I seemed pretty mid to me. I haven't had too many interactions, but from what I've seen, that seemed a little mid. Shadow Priest got buffed across the board. They seem to be performing pretty well. I'd give them a solid A tier. And again, guys, it's not left to right or anything like that. It's literally just the tier, okay? It's not like strongest on the left, weakest to the right. It's genuinely just the tier they're in, okay? The position in the tier list or in the line is irrelevant. Windwalker, S tier. Their new ability, Slicing Winds, hits like 4 million. And it's a mobility ability, and it hits 4 million damage. And they have a Mortal Strike effect. Windwalker seems very strong right now. Destruction Warlock. I fought one of these in solo shuffle when I was on Frosty Cake quite a couple times, actually. Or quite a few times, actually. And they seem to be performing pretty well. It was keeping up with my damage, unironically sometimes. So the Destro was not... It didn't seem weak by any means when I was fighting them. Affliction Warlock, same kind of boat, or sorry, same boat. It was really broken last season. I don't think it's quite as broken, but I still think it's pretty decent. Demo Warlock, on the other hand. So I've been spam queuing, and I actually like really haven't seen a Demo Warlock. So I've been looking for them, haven't seen a single one. Based on that factor alone, that I haven't seen them, I'm gonna assume that they're kind of mid. But I've also asked some people who main them what they think about them, and they've also said that they're mid. So based on everything, all the research there, we're going to put that in B tier for now. Again, we will remake this tier list like a week into the season because more changes could even come out before this goes live. Other stuff could change as it goes live, right? And the tier sets can switch stuff up too. So we will make a new solidified season 1 tier list. This is the preseason tier list. So Mage here. The Mage is between S and A tier for me. I honestly want to put Frost and Arcane into S tier. And then I want to put Fire into A tier. Because they have a new ability, which makes it so you can't even grip them. It's like an extra immunity. So they already have 20 blinks. Not actually, but they already have, it feels like infinite blinks. So now they have something to avoid your death grips and avoid CC. And they also, while doing insane damage. So they seem pretty unkillable too. And then Fire Mage, I saw them, I was watching them in a couple games, and they were actually topping the damage. So that seems surprising too. Although, I feel like Fire Mage is a little squishier if you, like, than the other two. They're a little more elusive, and this has 2 ice blocks, but based on that, we're going to go with those ranks. Enhanced Shaman. A tier, it seemed really strong when I saw it. They have a one-shot right now. Ellie Shaman. Some people have been saying Ellie Shaman seems... they like don't like the new Ellie Shaman. But for me personally, what I've seen with Ellie Shaman so far was I watched them kill people 50 to 0. Like 50% HP to 0. So if you can 50 to 0 somebody, it feels to me like your class is decent, right? Because that's a win condition on itself. Like my class is Death Knight, Unholy. I hit 700k, right? Like I'm not just going to get someone 30% HP, get a lucky crit and kill them. There's no win condition like that for me. So just having that win condition alone makes me feel like it's at minimum A-, at minimum. And then Resto Shaman. They seem actually pretty strong. I'm going to put them in A tier. Honestly, they could end up being S tier. We'll see in the coming weeks. But there we have it, boys. This is my preseason rankings right now as it stands from me spamming rated arenas. You can still queue rated right now, but I've been spamming Solo Shuffle as Frost and Unholy. And this is kind of what I've got so far from my experience and from watching other people's experience. But we'll see how these actually line up in a week or a week and a half when we make the other one. We'll see if these all still remain true or what changes. I'm hoping Unholy is going to get buffed very soon, like hopefully tomorrow night before the season comes out, but we'll see. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you agree or disagree with these, let me know in the comments below. Drop a like and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Look forward to the DK guides coming out next week, boys. Both specs. Anyways, take it easy. Peace.